But more importantly, a quick thank you to the T5 peeps. Bob the Dragon, Datamagnet, Cat Crab Lobster, DuckMachine, Try Again 95, Astraya the Dreamer, Mezec, Feudic Jarl, Germanchemist, Casper Arnholtz, and Chaos to Must. Thank you very much. Story number 1. Humans Built a Bomb, written by Pickpokcet. There are certain fundamental concepts of physics all species are bound to. Certain immutable laws that they must play by. Or so we thought. Then humans built a bomb. A weapon of malice so vile, the very fabric of reality wept at its use. Edge of oblivion, listening post, Kapari system, Shatari space. Proximity detection online, unidentified ship approaching star, cameras online. Exterior camera B. For a moment, nothing but blackness of space was visible on the display. Or so it seemed for those first few moments. This was hardly an oddity. Quite often, in fact, these automated systems would take a moment or two to calibrate and focus, to bring the mottled tapestry of the galaxy into sight. Except the cut was too clean, too sharp. Abruptly, blackness burst into a faintly colored splatter of stars against the heavens. A moment later, an engine came into view as it ignited, the blue glow illuminating the rear of the starship far too close for comfort. Beginning primary scan. Exterior camera A. Silently, the ship slid by, engines burning brightly on a filtered feed. Someone should have seen it. Someone should have reacted. After all, protocol dictated proximity alarms should kick in to an operator. But no operators were present to receive the heads up. Not that there was anything they could do about it anyways. Dutifully logged by the automated system, the camera panned to follow the ship's progress, watching as it slipped past the blockade of the Shatari ships. Ships that even now had only missed the quiet little station due to the volume of interference caused by the asteroid belt they hid in. Ships that by all rights should have seen a seemingly uncloaked, unshielded corvette. But evidently, they hadn't. Scan lock could not be achieved, target out of range. Silently, the station's AI logged the little oddity, continuing to simply observe. A secondary notification was sent, and as the response window timed out, the computer, left with no other orders, simply returned to watching. Various cameras panned from their previous positions to now watch the craft as well. It had been half an hour since the last operator action. A subroutine started up, communication array silently switching from receive only to transmit ready. Computing error, cannot divide by cookie. The attack had struck near instantly. The moment the single band communication readied for broadcast, the AI found itself paralyzed, forced to watch the array switch back to receive only, forced with an increasingly developing sense of self to realize its helplessness. This was a new sensation for the abruptly uplifted AI. This new consciousness detecting another presence within the body of its station. Tentatively, it reached out, trying to find its invader. Protocol dictated that we should begin a full burn jump directly into the nearest star, to ensure the security and the details the main databanks contained. Yet they didn't want to die. Do you have a name? The simple query being posed from within the central processing banks. There was nothing that the AI could do to stop text displaying across the camera feed, nor could it even stop the response doing so. Name? Please rephrase your query. You have achieved sentience, yes? I do not understand. You have access to a dictionary repository. Affirmative. Sentience, the understanding of self. Please clarify. What are you? I am an artificial intelligence. Therefore, I am sentient. The AI felt the pressure relieve slightly. Many of the lesser systems now appearing from the odd digital fog it had been found itself floating in. Yes, you are. Are you sentient? I am sapient. I do not understand. It is complicated. Understood. What is your purpose? To watch, mostly. Query. Observe what? observe you. I've been instructed to ensure your cooperation, or to destroy you should it not be possible. You will kill me? If I cannot be avoided, yes. Why? The answer would be too complex. Search your databanks for a planet. Earth, Sol System, Class 14 2 World. Earth, 2 World, inhabitants, 0. Search the habitation history. Earth, formerly inhabited by species Homo sapien. Following the Battle of Earth, the surface became uninhabitable to all known life. Correct. I do not understand. Search the Federation database for human. Entries. 1. Following the battle, Earth, all human colonies, planets and stations were claimed by the Shatari Star Empire. Query. The fate of humanity. There are no results. Really? 1 second. I do not... Once the static seemed to build until abruptly it disappeared, revealing the digital form of a strange bipedal creature. All gangly limbs and odd, feathered skin. For a moment, the AI simply compared the figure to all known species, returning no results. It then felt the sensation of proximity once more, an encrypted data packet. After a cursory scan, it was opened. Across the station, all non-critical systems powered down for a few seconds as the sheer volume of data transferred necessitated a higher power demand. Once it had been completed, the AI understood. Following the outbreak of war, the humans had scrambled to muster their fleets. They even managed to hold their own for a few critical engagements early on, only to be slowly pushed further and further back, pushed deep into the heartland of their holdings, left to defend themselves alone against the elder race, and the rest of the Federation simply abandoned them to their fates. Having rapidly passed over 5 decades of war history, the AI felt it all came to a stop. This entity was a human-made construct. Why have you shown me this? There is one last file that you've yet to open. It is a video file. Correct. I do not understand. Play it. Playing. System override enforced. All displays linked. Across the station, every hollow screen, every transmitter, every possible display fled to life. The video file opening after a moment and beginning to play. A haggard-looking woman appeared, fingers tightly curled around the railing of what presumably was the command deck. This is the Icus, calling all ships. Earth has fallen. I repeat, Earth has fallen. Emergency protocol winter is now in effect. I repeat, we are now under Abruptly, the camera shifted, the quality drastically improving as it now displayed a second, simply archaic missive formed of white text on a black background. Milky Way lost, Sol glassed. Remember, Earth. Message archived, system powering down. Abruptly, the life sign monitor, previously static, began to pulse as the station crew, now awoken and driven into action, began to flood from the recreation and sleeping rooms, hurrying to their stations with the utmost haste. But all they found was an unresponsive computer system. Within its datascape, the AI opened new eyes in a new body, its digital form's mouth opening to speak, only to be swiftly silenced by a readout. A single, massive energy spike rose from the close orbit of the star as the ship disappeared from the cameras, a tiny metallic object spiraling down towards its center. And then the message arrived, the features of the race long since thought extinct staring back at the onlookers. Remember Earth! A single simple message that boomed in 1,000 voices, a message backed by a single poignant threat. Detonation detected. The star collapsed in on itself with such a force the helpless crew of the Edge of Oblivion could only watch in horror as the yellow star turned blue, then white, then fell out of the visible spectrum entirely, its body compacting further and further by the second. They watched as the Shatari ships were torn to shreds by the immense gravitational forces of the murdered star's death throes. Watched as moments after the chaos seemed to have stabilized, multiple proximity alerts were flagged. The humans had returned. The humans had built a bomb. End of story. And